Hi everyone. Before we get started, I want you to see a really important instructional video on how to cut strawberries as we'll be using that today in our recipe.
When strawberries are in season, we can eat them morning, noon, and night. But slicing all these strawberries, whether it be for a fruit salad or an elegant cheesecake, can get a bit tedious. But there's a better way. This tip comes from Kathleen Probst of Richville, Minnesota. She suggests using a wire egg cutter to slice strawberries. First, stem your berries. Now place the berry stem side down right in the egg slicer. And then just like you're cutting a hard-boiled egg, slice the berry. It's really easy and your slices come out clean and flawless. For more tips and recipes, visit finecooking.com.
Okay, now I am aware that some of you may not have an egg slicer, and that's fine. All this video is supposed to do is to give us more ideas on household gadgets we might have that might be able to help us make our lives a little bit easier. So for our recipe today, I will be using the same appliance that this woman was using in the video. Hi everyone, welcome back to Baking with Miss Manzo. Today, as you heard before, we're going to be making a strawberry shortcake lasagna. I told you a little bit about strawberry shortcake and the significance it has because of my best friend Meredith, and I'm going to tell you a secret. Her birthday is tomorrow, so this is actually going to be for her birthday, and you guys are going to watch me make it. I wanted to go through our ingredients and the cooking supplies and materials that we have for our recipe today. Now, over here, we have something that you just saw in that video. This is actually an egg slicer. Okay, if you look, there's really skinny metal strings that you would lay the egg here normally, and you can press down and it will make them into little pieces. We're actually going to try this out with our strawberry today and see how that goes like we just watched in the video. But we're also going to use just a very small knife, okay, to also show different ways that you can slice the strawberries. And of course, we have a cutting board, which is extremely important so that you don't damage any of the surfaces that you have. This is where we'll actually be cutting and slicing our strawberries. Okay, we have a strainer. Now, if you notice all the little holes, similar to the mesh strainer we saw in our other video, this one allows water to get through also. So what we'll do before we even slice the strawberries is we're going to want to wash them. Just like we wash our hands in the beginning, we'll want to wash our fruit before cutting them for the recipe. And we'll be able to do that. We'll put the strawberries in here and get them all nice and clean before we slice them up. We have a measuring cup. On the sides, we have the measuring units. Okay, some of you have seen this in math class, I know, especially in my class, I've done this before. This is to measure liquid, so we're going to use this today. We have a teaspoon, which is a little bit smaller than the tablespoon we've been using. We have a half a cup. Okay, and then the big pan here we have, this is called a 9 by 13. Okay, and you can think of this like math class. This is going to be 9 by 13. So we're going to be layering our strawberry shortcake lasagna in that pan. Okay, now as for the ingredients, the cooking ingredients that we'll be needing for this, we have our strawberries. The recipe calls for a pound of fresh strawberries, thinly sliced, which we're going to be doing together. Vanilla extract. Right, this is the little, it's going to add some vanilla flavoring to it. We have some more of that confectioner sugar, right? The white powdered sugar, okay? And these were my favorite growing up, vanilla wafers. These little round vanilla wafers. So these are going to be in our recipe that we're going to do to make our strawberry lasagna. Now I also forgot, in the middle, we have our heavy cream. I kept it in the refrigerator because like any kind of a milk product, you want to keep it cool. Okay, so this we're actually going to be using also to make the whipped cream similar to like we did before to put in between the layers. Okay, so these are our ingredients and our cooking supplies and materials that we're going to need in order to do our recipe. Now, like always, in order to do this, we first have to wash our hands. So we're going to head over to the sink. We're going to wash our hands up real good, and then we're going to come back and get started. We're at our sink, so we know the drill. Okay, you want to put your soap in your hands. You're going to lather your hands up real good, nice and squeaky clean, in between your fingers, on the top. Then rinse them off. A little hot there, but okay. And now, like always, we are ready. So we want to first rinse our strawberries. Before we even get into our recipe, I like to clean our strawberries and even slice them and put them in a separate bowl so then we can follow our step-by-step instructions like we usually do. So I'm going to place the strainer right here in the sink. Okay. Then I'm just going to dump my strawberries inside. I'll show you what that looks like. Ooh. Okay. So we're going to make sure we rinse it with cold water. So I was using warm before, so I'm going to let it run away from the strawberries for a little while until it gets cold. Okay, so I did that. Now we're going to give them a little shower here. We're going to clean them off to make sure that we are ready to cook with them. Okay. Good job. So now we can kind of just move the bowl around. All those holes are there to help us drain the water out so that the strawberries are clean. Now the strawberries are still going to be damp, okay? So you may want to have a paper towel nearby so that right before you slice them, you kind of just pat them dry a little bit so they're easier to handle, okay? So we're going to head back over to our workstation so we can slice up these strawberries and then get started on our recipe. We are back and ready to go. All right, so I have a bowl here. This is where I'm going to put my sliced strawberries once they're ready for our recipe, and then we're going to go continue with our steps. So now what I told you before, I like to have some paper towels handy, okay, just to pat your strawberry dry. You don't have to get it super dry, but just, get the excess water off. Now, like I told you before, I want to use our egg slicer just to make it easier, but I will show you what to do if you don't have one of these at home. Okay, so regardless, you're going to need a knife in order to cut this off. We don't want the green on the strawberry. So you want to you want to be very careful not to get your fingers near this knife. Okay, you're just going to carefully slice this part off. Now, what I actually like to do is I'm going to actually use the container from the strawberries as my little garbage can right now. Okay, I'm going to use this to put the extra stems and anything that we don't want, we're going to throw out. Okay, so what we're going to do, like we saw in the video, I'm going to put this here. Okay, and you kind of cut through. Now, some of these may be thicker than others, and that's okay, but look how nice and thin they came out. Okay, so that's, if you have one of those, you can. Now, again, your hands are going to get all red and a little wet from the strawberries, so we're just going to kind of keep a little cloth here where you can kind of just wipe your hands as you go. Now, for those of you that do not have an egg slicer, okay, we're going to just use the same knife that you were using to cut off this, and you can be very careful with cutting your strawberries and slicing them. Okay, now you want to keep, again, your fingers away from the knife. So if you notice, you get the same product. It's just a different way. Okay, again, similar to math, as you can tell. I teach math, right? You can find your solutions using different strategies and methods, okay? So now I personally, this one was great, but if the strawberry is thick, it's hard for these little wires to cut through, okay? So it gets a little messy. So I may just continue with the knife because that's what, I've been used to. I'm using my little garbage can. All right, so you want to make sure that all of your strawberries are sliced thinly before we continue with the rest of our recipe, okay? Once you do that, we're good to go to the last strawberry here, okay? I'm going to just slice it up thinly, watching our fingers. Again, even though we're not using an oven, a knife is as equally dangerous as the oven in its own way. So you want to make sure an adult is present when using these types of tools in the kitchen. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe my hands down. right? So now look, this is all one general location. I can easily pick it up and bring it to the sink so we can clean that after. Now the strawberries, I'm gonna just put in the fridge just so they stay nice and cool, and we'll come back to them in a minute. Now, what we're gonna do, the next step, is we can actually begin our recipe. Okay, so as always, I have my recipe card, right, with the ingredients, the cooking supplies, and the step-by-step instructions. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we're actually going to make our whipped cream. And as you saw in my previous video, this is going to be the same process using the same ingredients. We use the powdered sugar, okay, except this time instead of using our cream cheese, we're using just the heavy cream and this. So we're going to go back over to our standalone mixer and we're going to get started on our whipped cream. So we're over here in our little corner where our standalone mixer is, and we have all the ingredients that we need in order to make our whipped cream. Okay, now I told you in the last video, but in case you missed it or in case it wasn't something that we really remember, when dealing with homemade whipped cream, it's really a good idea to freeze your bowl or to chill it just so it's a little cold because that'll help making those stiff medium peaks like that we learned about in the last video. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put this here and we're going to follow our directions. So in a large bowl, calls for your hand mixer, but you can use this also. Okay, you're going to beat heavy cream, powdered sugar, and vanilla until those medium peaks form again. Right now, I'm going to be measuring out. This recipe calls for 4 cups of heavy cream. So now this is a 2-cup measuring cup, so I'm going to go right up to that line. Now again, I told you before when you're measuring, you want to make sure that you're really precise and you want to get on that eye level. So I am going to, this is going to be 2 cups for right now. All right. So now, there's your 2 cups. Pour that in. Okay. Good. And then we're going to do 2 more cups. 2 plus 2 is 4. Right? And then we can add the rest, of our ingredients. Perfect. So our heavy cream is here. Now, again, I'm going to put this in the sink to clean for after. Okay. So the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So I have my teaspoon here. And again, you want to be super precise. I'm going to drop it right in. 2nd teaspoon. Okay, drop this in the sink. And it calls for a half of a cup of powdered sugar. So that sounds yummy. So now what I'm going to do is my bag is big enough for my half cup to fit. So like I did before, I use the side of the bag to kind of help me get the excess sugar out of the way. So now I have my half a cup. I'm going to drop it right into my bowl. I'm going to move this out of the way for right now. This is going in the sink. So now we get to let the machine do the work. I'm going to drag it out a little bit, lock it. And remember, we approximately think that about 5 minutes to form those soft or medium peaks. Okay, so we're going to now, we're going to start off slow because that powdered sugar, if that whisk in there hits it too hard, we're going to have a mess in there. So I'm going to start slow just so it does kind of come together, and then we'll speed it up to form those stiff peaks to get our whipped cream. So this is looking really good. It's made more than our last recipe did because we had more heavy cream and more powdered sugar. So it's just about done now. I can't wait for you to see this. Look at this. Look at that. That is homemade whipped cream. So now we are ready to assemble our strawberry shortcake lasagna. Okay, so we have some of our ingredients here. I have my 9 by 13 pan that we're going to be assembling everything. We have our homemade whipped cream. That's going to go here. We have our Nilla wafers that the recipe calls for a box and a half. And then I'm going to grab the strawberries out of the refrigerator so we can assemble lasagna. Now, I'm not sure if any of you have heard of lasagna before, but my family, we come from Italy. And lasagna is a very, very popular dish in my family, especially on Sunday nights. So after our video, I have actually included a little clip that you're able to kind of get an idea of a different type, like a traditional lasagna. So right now, we're going to take all of these ingredients and we're going to make our strawberry shortcake lasagna for Meredith. So I have my spatula. That's going to help us with the whipped cream and layering everything. Okay, now I told you before that this recipe calls for a box and a half of these Nilla wafers. Now, I understand a lot of our recipes, we're not using all of these ingredients, but we're going to be using them throughout the summer. So until they, if they're still good, and they haven't gone bad or stale or anything, we can incorporate them into future recipes. So don't get rid of it just because you don't use it today. They'll be useful in other recipes, okay? Now, our next step here, it tells us to assemble the lasagna. So we're going to start with a thin layer of our whipped cream. Then we're going to top with vanilla wafers, then a little more whipped cream, then strawberries, and then we repeat the process until we reach the top of our pan. Okay, so I'm going to go in here. Look at that. Beautiful. So I'm going to just spread it thinly. Again, it's kind of like painting, right? You get to thin amount. There's no wrong way of doing this. Okay, it's telling you the step by step. If you can read, you can cook. I know Julia Childs once said that. Anyway, this is the layer, the base layer. And again, you can swirl it around, make it easier for yourself, however you want to do this. Okay, so I have my thin layer. And again, nothing is going to be perfect. It's just you're following the steps and you're doing the best you can. So that is my first layer. Now I have to open my box of Nilla wafers. And you want to arrange the cookies so they're not overlapping. You want them to touch. And then again, because cookies can be broken, if you have an area that the cookies might either overlap a little bit, or you may break it in half, whatever you want to do, okay? So you're going to do the Nilla wafers, and you're going to do this. So I'll show you, and again, you can grab as many at a time as you need. Oops. So you're just making a thin layer of these Nilla cookie wafers all at the bottom of the pan on top of the whipped cream. I think Meredith is going to like this. So it takes a little time, but you can think of it as an array. There we are incorporating that math in there, but baking involves math. The measurements, counting, arranging things into equal columns or rows. A couple more and we're almost done with this first layer, and then we're going to add another layer of our whipped cream and then the strawberries. So I need two more here. Look at that. So check it out. So cool. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bonus, what is a 5 by 8? You can send me a message and tell me. So we're going to go back into the whipped cream and we're going to do another layer on top of our Nilla wafers. So now again, it's kind of like icing a cake. Okay, you're going to have to dip back in to get more. Then you can spin the pan. Don't make it difficult for yourself. Beautiful. Okay, so now this is just the first layer. You're going to eventually repeat it. That's what lasagna is. It's a repetition. Think of like a pattern. Okay, so now we're ready for our strawberries. We did our layer of whipped cream on top of vanilla wafers. Top with a layer of strawberries. Now, these we're not going to take our time and do as even as possible like we did with vanilla wafers. So we can just sporadically place them throughout the top of the whipped cream. And then the last layer we do, we're going to want to end with the strawberries. So after this, we'll do another layer of our whipped cream, then another layer of vanilla wafers, then the whipped cream again, and then we will finish with our strawberries. Look how nice and thin they came out. We didn't use the egg slicer the entire time, but that's okay. Oops. Okay. Again, this layer doesn't have to be perfect. It's just the strawberries, okay? You can add as many or as little as you want, but again, I'm just going to show you for right now. I wasn't placing them as carefully as I did with vanilla wafers. I kind of just placed them sporadically. So what you're going to do is you're going to continue that same pattern when putting our last strawberries on top. And again, you can do any type of pattern on the top. You can just kind of throw them down. However you want to place them is entirely up to you. Okay, so now we have our strawberry shortcake lasagna. Now in the morning, so the recipe recommends that you refrigerate this for at least 3 hours or overnight because they want these vanilla wafers, they want them to get softer. So it's like almost like a cake more. Okay, so what you're gonna do is similar to before, we're going to loosely wrap this with some saran wrap or plastic wrap. And we're going to refrigerate it for at least 3 hours or overnight. So I'm going to leave it for overnight, and I'm going to try a piece in the morning. Well, actually, Meredith will. It's her birthday. Okay? So then goes right into the refrigerator. Whoops. And then when you want to serve it, you can put a little more powdered sugar on the top, cut a slice, and enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I can't wait to hear if you've made it, if you like it. Don't forget to be your own food critic at the end of the video. Bye! Okay, boys and girls, as I mentioned before, today's recipe made me think of my best friend, Meredith, who absolutely loves the character Strawberry Shortcake. I wanted to share this video with you of a book read aloud about Strawberry Shortcake at the beach. I hope you enjoy it.
Strawberry Shortcake at the Beach. One bright sunny morning, Strawberry Shortcake woke up and looked out the window. "It's a very perfect beach day," she exclaimed. "Wake up, Apple Dumpling." "Beach?" asked Apple Dumpling sleepily. "That's right. We're going to Seaberry Beach today with all of our friends," Strawberry said. They quickly packed everything they would need: 2 fluffy towels, sunblock, a yummy picnic lunch, and all of their beach toys. "I can't forget these," Strawberry Shortcake told Apple. "My new sunglasses." She put them on, and they were ready to go. "Hi, Strawberry," Huck called as Strawberry walked up to her friends at their meeting place. "Hi, everybody," Strawberry said. "Wow, those sunglasses are great, Strawberry," Angel Cake said. "Can I try them on?" "Sure," Strawberry Shortcake replied. "You can borrow them for the day if you want. Just be very careful with them, please." "I will," promised Angel. "Thanks." Soon the kids arrived at Seaberry Beach. They went straight to their favorite spot near the lifeguard station and laid out their beach towels. "Hold still, Apple," said Strawberry Shortcake. Her little sister giggled and squirmed while Strawberry put sunblock on her. "Let's play catch," Huck said.
getting out his beach ball. The friends made a large circle and played ball. "It's too hot to play ball anymore," Strawberry Shortcake said to her friends. "Who wants to go in the water?" she asked. "Me," shouted everybody at once. "Don't forget to stay with your buddy," Strawberry reminded her friends. Holding hands, they all raced down to the ocean. The friends laughed and splashed as they played in the water. "The waves are getting bigger," Strawberry Shortcake said to Orange Blossom. "Do you think that Angel and Ginger are too far out?" "Maybe," Orange said. She looked a little worried. "Hey, Ginger!" "Angel!" Huck yelled. But the waves were crashing so loudly that the girls could barely hear him. Angel turned around to wave to her friends. Suddenly, a big wave knocked her down. Angel slowly sat up, wiping the salty water out of her eyes. "Angel! Angel!" her friends called as they ran over to her. They helped her to her feet. "Did you get hurt?" Strawberry asked. "No, I'm okay," said Angel Cake. "Whoa, Angel, that wave was huge," Huck said. "You have to be careful not to turn your back on the ocean when you play in the water." "I think she knows that now," said Strawberry Shortcake with a smile as she took a piece of seaweed off of Angel's hat. "Well, let's go have our picnic," said Orange Blossom. "I'm really hungry." Suddenly, Angel Cake felt something snap beneath her foot. She looked down, and her hands flew to her face. "Oh no," she thought, "I broke Strawberry's sunglasses." Angel Cake held the broken glasses tightly as she trudged up the sand after her friends. "Would you like some of these sweet, juicy strawberries from my garden?" Strawberry Shortcake asked. "They're very delicious." "I can't tell Strawberry about her sunglasses now," Angel thought miserably. "It will ruin her whole day." "No thanks, I'm not very hungry," Angel said, trying to smile. As soon as she got a chance, Angel hid the sunglasses in her bag. "I'll tell Strawberry later," Angel promised herself. After the picnic, the friends built sandcastles and played tag. Finally, it was time to go home. "Bye, everybody," Strawberry said to her friends. Then she turned to Angel. "Can I have my sunglasses back, please?" Angel opened her mouth to tell Strawberry that the glasses were broken, but the words wouldn't come out. Instead, she said, "Can I give them back tomorrow?" "Sure," Strawberry said with a smile. "See you then." At home, Angel felt worse and worse about the broken sunglasses. She stroked her pet lamb's fleecy wool. "Why didn't I just tell Strawberry that I broke her sunglasses?" she said to Vanilla Icing. "Now I've only made things worse. What if she won't be my friend anymore?" Angel Cake sighed. "I don't know what to do. Maybe I should ask Ginger Snap for advice. She's good at fixing things." "Hi, Angel Cake. Come in," said Ginger Snap. "What are you doing here?" "I have a problem," said Angel sadly. She showed Ginger the broken sunglasses and explained what had happened. I shouldn't have worn them in the water. Strawberry asked me to be careful. I'm afraid she'll be really mad. That is a tough problem, Ginger said. But Angel, it was an accident. Just tell her you're sorry. I'm sure she'll understand. And if you go tell her now, you won't have to worry about it anymore. I can come with you if you want. Yes, please, said Angel. She wasn't looking forward to telling Strawberry, but already she felt a little better. A few minutes later, Angel and Ginger knocked on Strawberry's front door. Hello, said Strawberry Shortcake. This is a very nice surprise. Strawberry, I have something to tell you, Angel Cake said in a soft voice. She took a deep breath and pulled the broken sunglasses out of her pocket. When that big wave knocked me down at the beach, your sunglasses fell off my face. Then I stepped on them by accident and they broke. I'm really, really sorry. And I'm also sorry that I didn't tell you when it happened. Are you mad at me? No, I'm not mad at you, Strawberry said to Angel Cake. I know you didn't mean to break the sunglasses. It's okay. Really? Asked Angel. Of course, Strawberry replied. The important thing is that you didn't get hurt when the wave knocked you down. That matters a lot more than the sunglasses. Strawberry gave Angel a big hug. Strawberry Shortcake looked at the sunglasses. It's too bad they broke though, she said. They were my very favorite sunglasses. Oh well, I guess I'll just throw them away. Wait a minute, said Ginger Snap. I have an idea. She reached into her toolbox and pulled out a tube of glue. Ginger picked up the broken sunglasses. A drop of glue here, a drop of glue there. Good as new. Oh, Ginger, thank you very much for fixing my sunglasses, Strawberry said. Thank you for fixing everything, Angel Cake said to Ginger. You're welcome, Ginger said. I love to fix things for my friends.
Okay, boys and girls, what we're going to do here is this is going to be the final thing that we'll do at the end of every recipe that we create. This is something that kind of rates our recipe. It'll tell you what you thought of what it looks like, how it tastes, what it smells like, texture. You get to be the food critic. Now, what a food critic does is a food critic rates all those different areas of a recipe. You guys are going to be able to be the food critic based on my recipe. Great job today. I hope you enjoyed. See you on the next video.